Hello, my name is Leo Wilhelmi. I am the managing director of the Buchinger Wilhelmi Clinic in Überlingen, Lake Constance. Today, I'm going to talk about my 5 tips for a perfect fasting experience. First of all, it's important to notice that no fasting is like the other. There are people who have completely different reactions to fasting. Some of the people are extroverted, they go to every yoga class, they go on every walk, they connect with people. And then there are others who are more introverted, who like to read a book, who like to be for themselves in quiet. We call these people the fasting submarines because they only pop up to the surface when needed. So there's these 2 different reactions to fasting, but nonetheless, I want to share with you my 5 personal tips for the perfect fasting experience. First of all, don't fast in your normal environment. Prepare yourself and others around you. If you fast in your normal environment, let's say your home, where you have your family, where your colleagues call you to go out to any activities, it's difficult to follow this other routine that you have in fasting. So the most important thing is that you call your friends, that you prepare your family, that you empty the fridge, and that you get the support from your social environment that you need in fasting. Even better would be that you go somewhere else to fast. That could be to a retreat, to a clinic, or just somewhere where you can take yourself out of your routine and fully go into the fasting metabolism and the fasting routine. Second, one very important tip is not to focus too much on your weight. So don't weigh yourself every day. Losing weight in fasting is what we like to say a side product of a successful fast. We have documented in our studies that the weight goes down in a very, very stable turn. So you will lose weight in your fasting, but if you focus too much on your weight, that means you step on the weight every morning. Some people choose not to drink before they weigh themselves. Some people are very upset if they do not lose as much weight as they want. And then this will affect your fasting in a negative way. So instead of weighing yourself every day, I suggest that you weigh yourself in the beginning and then maybe on day 3 or 4. This way you can free your mind and not focus too much on your weight. My third tip to you is get a book and a pen and put it next to your bed so that you can write your dreams down that you have during the night. In fasting, people report that they dream very vividly. That means that you remember your dreams in a very plastic sense, and that you have the impression that you dream more than you dream outside of your fasting experience. This is due to a different sleeping pattern during your fasting. That means you have different sleep zones, and because of these shifts, you remember your dreams in a much more accurate way than before the fasting. The dreams that you have tell you a lot about your state of mind or the inner world that you sort of open up during the fasting. So people who write down their dreams can then during the day work on these issues that resurface during the night and can benefit from a good introspection during fasting. My fourth tip to you is to find a good balance between activation and relaxation. I suggest that you start your day with a meditation practice of 15 to 30 minutes. This way you can reflect the night and the dreams and the thoughts that you had. And you can also give your day a good structure by starting with silence. Afterwards, I would suggest that you activate yourself. This can be, for example, a brisk walk or You can swim, or you can go in the gym and do a light training. If you want to get some inspiration, you can check out the videos that we published here with Alex and Peru. Afterwards, I suggest you rest in the afternoon with the liver pack. This way you can calm down a little bit, give yourself the time to synthesize thoughts and to relax a little bit. And then if you like, before 6 in the evening, go again outside, be in nature and get your pulse a little bit up. This way you can make sure that your muscular tissue is activated and that you give your body the necessary activation for the detox effect, and also clear your head by being outside and being active. The fifth suggestion that I have for you is that you dedicate enough thought for the period after you're fasting. That means that you plan also the period when you break the fast and you slowly start eating again. So you start the refeeding period. We experience this in our clinics, that many people want to skip this refeeding period and they want to fast for a longer time because they feel great, that they see they achieve their goals, and they think that this is going to help them for the long run. But the opposite is actually true. The period after fasting, the refeeding period, is almost as important as fasting itself. If you think about the period where you fast, this is the time when your body is using your fat reserves as energy sources. When you start refeeding again, so you start slowly to eat again, your body switches back into the other mode, and there is a lot of regeneration process that is happening in your body. That means your body is rebuilding itself. Some people report that they look younger and refreshed after a fasting experience. This rejuvenation is something that can be explained by the fact that after the fasting, the body is slowly regenerating, slowly rebuilding itself, so that people may appear younger, fresher, with more energy. And what we experience is that some people plan only for the 2 weeks where they are fasting, and then afterwards they jump back into their life. And therefore, I suggest that if you plan for a fasting period, that you try to plan for the 2 weeks afterwards, also a period where you avoid, for example, alcohol, red meat, and that you stay in this process of regeneration and refeeding before you go back to your old routine. So this means plan your fasting periods, but also plan the time afterwards. Thank you very much. I hope you liked the video. If you enjoyed it, please leave us a like and a comment, and make sure to follow our channel. Thank you very much.